have you been affected by the cost of living crisis?
I arrived here like 2 months ago when it had already started, so I haven't seen big changes, I feel like. But of course, as an international student, it's been very expensive.
Are you worried about those costs rising?
I am, because I'm from Argentina and my family earns in pesos argentinos, which is a very, very weak currency, so it can very affect us, yes.
To be honest, not really. I'm living with my parents at the moment, so they're kind of dealing with the financial stuff. Obviously, things are more expensive, definitely, but I wouldn't say I've been as affected as I know I'd be.
Well, my rent's pretty high already. Obviously, it's London, but it's still kind of a bit high. Luckily, I don't pay bills, but you see other people that are kind of paying a bit more as well.
I personally don't feel like I have, just because luckily with like first year accommodation all of the bills are included, so I haven't noticed a rise in bills. Also with grocery shopping, because it's first year again, I didn't do much shopping before, so I haven't noticed it get more expensive. That's just sort of how I've known it from now, but I know that my mum has been very much affected by it.
Yeah, so I live in the same accommodation that I have for the past year. So it hasn't really increased, so I'm one of the lucky ones, but I know a bunch of people who have been affected and especially had trouble finding housing.
So as of yet, I haven't. I've been nicely covered with the student bursaries given by the Student Finance Wales, because I come from Wales, and King's. They've been very helpful in, lending money for students. So as of right now, I haven't particularly been effective, but I am still managing my costs, of course, because the price is rising on food and everything. So you've got to be a bit careful.
So I'm an international student coming from Paris, and I have to say that with the difference between the euro and the pound, everything all in London already, or everything in Great Britain already seems very expensive. But I think particularly in London, prices are hard to understand for people coming from a Euro country, even if Paris is probably one of the most expensive cities using the Euro.
Not really, because we live in accommodations and bills are included. However, the accommodation prices are skyrocketing.
Yeah. We're international students, so we haven't really dealt with the cost of living crisis firsthand. As she said, because our bills are included. I think the only thing we really face is groceries, the price of groceries. But I'm from Singapore, so it's actually cheaper for me now. So I haven't experienced it yet.
King's College London have just released a £3 million support package for students struggling with the cost of living. Have you heard about the measures that have been released by the university to help students with this crisis?
No, I have not.
I'm not aware of any recent ones, no.
No.
Oh no, not yet.
I think I have seen one headline somewhere, but I don't know precisely what they're about.
I heard about it, but I haven't looked into it.
I haven't heard about it at all.
I think we received an email or something about it.
I mean, I only know I have a bursary, so I know they increased, they gave me an extra one-off payment. That's the only thing I know, but not about the entire package.
If you're a King's student on a bursary, you are now eligible for 10% of that bursary amount, which will land in your account somewhere in the middle of December. But we aren't sure if all students know about this. So you're not aware that if you're on a bursary, you get an extra 10% one-off payment for the year.
Oh wow, really?
So you're not aware of this?
No.
Is this something that you feel you need at the moment?
It wouldn't be a necessity, but of course, every little helps, doesn't it, in the long run?
What's that?
So if you're on a King's bursary, they're offering a 10% one-off payment, which comes in at some point in December.
Right.
To carry you through.
That would be nice.
Do you think that's something that you need at this point?
Yeah. It's not you can muddle through, but it does. You feel the pressure of it and the stress of it, especially when you're trying to work and stuff. It's not something you want to think about. Obviously, you're going to, but yeah.
And do you think the university can be doing more to help students with the cost of living crisis?
I think more clarity with the processes, maybe, because it's just not very clear. I think the university itself, it depends kind of how they want to approach it, whether they kind of want to, you know, everybody or just the bursary people or just specific certain people that are living in London or whatever. But yeah, I think the main thing would be more clarity, and then more unrealistic thing would be more generous bursaries. But you know, it's the university.
It seems hard. Like there's a lot of outside pressures, and it is just a cash flow problem. It seems. So I think other universities seem to be putting more money in. Like I hear Imperial, they give like $4,000 bursary for the sort of lowest income sort of people. So it would be nice to see a bit more.